The clash between Valentino Rossi and Max Biagi was one of the defining conflicts of 21st century MotoGP. For 5 seasons, the pair fought both on and off the track, with an excited media fueling the hatred between two of Italy's biggest stars. The incident that ignited the feud on the track brought an underlying mutual bitterness to the attention of millions that can be traced back to Suzuka in Japan in 2001, only Rossi's second year in the class, with Biagi already one of the established favourites.
I thought initially, to be honest, it might be a mechanical problem because it seemed pretty deliberate at the time. How deliberate it was, I don't know. But then the next few laps, you realise that it was deliberate, and Rossi started to give him the real hard treatment. And then it was commentator's dream, wasn't it? I mean, it was just amazing. It was like...
Yes, I make like this. We make a very hard fight. Very hard in the braking, 2 or 3 times, nearly to touch, but it's the race. But on the straight, when he see me, he touch me, he want push me outside of the track. He see me and he decides he will go outside. So it's dangerous, it's very dangerous, and because during the race you're very nervous and take the fear also, huh? And a little bit scared.
I'm glad to finish this race.
It's very hard to overtake Biagi.
Because when we start, we have so much touching with the Kawa, Abe, and Valentino, some other bike.
We make very much fight.
It was very, very tough.
You knew then that the conflict that had been simmering, perhaps not on the track, because they hadn't ridden that much together, had they? I mean, Rossi had just come in the year before into the 500 class then, but then you could see that it was simmered onto the track. You just knew it was going to take off from that moment. It was brilliant.
Rossi's entrance to the World Championships in 1996 was a lively one. Here was a flamboyant and fun-loving character who immediately challenged the popularity of Biagi. The needle began before they'd even coincided on the track, following an unsavoury incident in a restaurant at Suzuka.
Biagi arrived in his restaurant and speak with Valentino against. Valentino, when you speak, you speak about Max Biagi, you have to polish your mouth and go out.
Rossi's success, antics and accessibility gained him an immense following, and it was in contrast to the reserved and sometimes frosty exterior of Biagi. A troll through 125 and 250 championships for Valentino, with some Biagi-baiting stunts on the way, saw the Italians go head-to-head in 2000, when Rossi first arrived in the Premier category. The character clash barely gave way to tolerance, but at Catalunya in 2001, only 2 months in the wake of that Suzuka spat, the rivalry entered a red cloud after the race, won by Rossi, with Biagi in second place.
They really fell out in Catalonia. I was in the commentary box and I had to come back to do the press conference. And I opened the door and Max Biagi's sitting there on his own. What are you doing here? What's going on? He said, oh, no, I just came early or something. And I didn't realise he had a cut over his eye. I said, what happened to that? Oh, had a mosquito bite.
This was, in my opinion, the bad
page of history of the motorcycle, because what happens on the back of the podium was something of no sport.
The resentment created a spectacular angle for the media. Two top riders getting physical was the sensationalism needed for headlines, but there's little place for angst at 200 miles an hour.
Yes, after the race in Catalonia, have some problem before the podiums, but I think it's only because all the riders when finish the race is a little bit nervous.
I have to say that for me it was already over any discussion after the race, because I think we have a chance. We had also a chance to talk. No, also.
Now the situation is closed, is finished, and we are okay.
Resting their grudge in front of the media 2 weeks later at Assen, the body language on the track indicated that strong Latin emotions still bubbled under the surface and would be the first of several seasons worth of hard but fascinating racing.
Press conferences since then, and I did many with both of them. They never looked at each other, ever. They never referred to each other as Max or Valentino. It was always Rossi and Biagi. And I think probably I saw Max Biagi shake hands with Rossi once. It may have been on a podium after he'd won a World Championship. But no, the feud continued all the way through.
Whether it was Donington Park or Phillip Island, the rest of 2001 essentially became the Rossi-Biagi Honda-Yamaha dogfight.
I did my best, 100% with the package that I have. I think it's, as I say, it's impossible for us to go quicker than what I did. Again, I'm the only Yamaha out there.
Despite Max enjoying moments like Assen, Rossi would of course emerge triumphant, stamped the first of several years of dominance on the class by overtaking his rival on the last corner in Australia for his maiden title success after a fantastic struggle.
Very hard fight with Biagi. It's possible for me to overtake him in one place. I tried at the last lap, and I win also the race, so it's very good.
I did my best. I'm very happy because I always the first Yamaha here. So I hope to do some more races like this in the future, and hopefully now we are thinking about next year.
The four-stroke era had begun in 2002, and unfortunately for Biagi, the Rossi-Honda combination was simply irrepressible, and the Doctor won 11 races to leave his nemesis again in second place.
Max, and I was second in the championship. That was your goal.
Biagi sought a more competitive package for 2003, and he switched to the Honda Pons team, but it was still not enough to get near or even think about toppling Valentino. Biagi won 2 races to Rossi's 9, and the Honda man defended his crown without serious opposition. The war was certainly being won by Rossi. 2004 delivered new colours, a new bike and a new challenge for Valentino as he bravely moved to the Yamaha factory team and left space for Biagi to assume higher billing with the all-conquering Honda. Any expectations that the duel would be on a more level footing were swiftly dispelled with Rossi's emphatic debut performance. 'The dice at Welcome was close, but Rossi's victory was an important psychological blow, and the one that the champion himself said ranked as the best of his career. It was perhaps the last evenly matched battle between the two, as Rossi's star entered the stratosphere and Biagi's stock would start to slip.
Biagi had not given Yamaha an easy time when he left, and then of course Rossi went in South Africa, that first race, won an amazing race, and it just widened the gulf between them in many ways, and again just made Biagi look, just made him realise that he'd really gone down the wrong track right from the start, and Rossi obviously just absolutely gloried in it. You've got to say Rossi had the last laugh really, didn't he? And from when it all started, back in the 90s, it was probably a mistake by Max Biagi to start the feud, because he definitely came out second best from it.
2005 saw a reversal of the roles played in 2002, but even with a factory Honda, Biagi was unable to overhaul Yamaha and Rossi, despite close moments like the thriller at Mugello. It would be Biagi's unwilling MotoGP swan song, and there were signs that the tension between the Italians was beginning to ease.
First we was 3 and then 4 people fighting, but then I see that Rossi was trying to not go so fast, but he made good job. So I think next time I'll try to make my best, but I think he deserved this race. He ride very good, and but the good news is we are back. We are fighting now for the high position, and let's move to Barcelona.
2005 would not end on a positive note for Max. For the first time since 1992, the World Championship would be without the mercurial talents of the Roman Emperor for 2006. A duel in every sense, the Rossi and Biagi struggle permeated the races and sport pages in the first years of this century, marking a special chapter in MotoGP folklore.